Hi everyone, Nutmeg here again, Saturday, February 24th, 2024. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a concept called soul contracts that really helped me on my journey as a light worker. I just feel intuitively told that it might help someone out there to think of this concept in order to help release the people in their life that they no longer vibrate with. So, part of the Lightworkers journey, my video last week about the isolation, even when you come out of the isolation, you don't necessarily relate to the people in your life the same way as you did. Not only that, but part of the journey is people that are there to hurt you, to teach you lessons, unfortunately. The painful part, the traumatic part that often people, especially light workers, go through. And you have to release that energy. And that's really hard. And sometimes we don't really know how to release that. So, this concept is derived by a book by an author called Carolyn Myss, Myss, and she wrote a book called Sacred Contracts. So go and check it out. I'm not trying to take her work, I can only interpret what that concept meant to me and my particular journey. So the concept of soul contracts is the idea that the soul energy that we all carry develops before we even come to Earth. And you think of Earth as kind of like an Earth school where we're here to learn how to be human. And so the idea is that we have these soul contracts with other souls to learn the lessons that we agree to learn while here on Earth school. And so even the people that hurt us, as hard as it is as we go through it in Earth school, we had a contract with them to learn the lessons that eventually came out of the situation that made us stronger and more resilient and made us have to learn about ourselves in order to be who we authentically are. So as hard as the journey is when people hurt you, you take your power back eventually. And so the idea of soul contracts is that you had to deal with this person all along. And by thinking of it this way, you kind of take your power back, because it's not something that happened to you. It's a situation in your life that you created ahead of time that manifested so that you could learn the lesson you were meant to learn in order to become the person that you are right now. And who you are right now, Lightworker, is perfect. No matter where you are on your journey, as hard as it is to believe, but the more that you're living every day, the better you are, even on the bad days. So, some might take the idea of soul contract difficult, like how do you know what happens before you're even born? But we create our reality, whether it's our physical reality where we live, how we decorate our walls, who we live with in our physical realm, but also in our spiritual realm. So even if you're atheist and don't believe anything happens, that's a belief, a religious belief, a cultural belief, etc., etc. We create our reality. So no, there's no proof that this occurs before we're born, but there's no proof that it doesn't occur before we're born. So if we create our reality, we can take our power back by understanding that we created the situation to learn from it and that we're better for it. So if you're releasing people because on your journey you're coming through that isolation period and you no longer vibe with the people that you used to, and so you're at the fork in the road where your paths diverge, you might want to check out the Robert Frost poem. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting the title, but I'm going to post it in the description. That came to mind. So maybe somebody needs to hear that. But writing in the full moon what you need to release, taking your power back by saying, this didn't happen to me. This is what I learned in Earth School from this person, such and such a person, and be thankful for the lessons. And so you turn it around from that negative emotion to the gratitude for the lessons that it taught you on Earth School and releasing that person. So the forgiveness isn't saying that what happened is okay. You know, you have to go through the negative emotions. It's not a spiritual bypass where you're not trying to feel these. You have to go through that situation. But just because my video last week was about the isolation portion of the Lightworkers journey, the idea of the soul contract really helps the Lightworker to take their power back by turning the perspective around about how it empowered them rather than focusing on how it disempowered them here on the Earth School. So you're taking your spiritual power back. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Go and check out that book. As I said, I'm only interpreting how it helped me. I'm not a professional or anything. Go and check out her work, Carolyn Mice. I'll try to post something in the description or comments so that her work is there for you to look at. But I'm just being a way shower for fellow Lightworkers about something that happened to me that really helped me on my perspective. And even though your paths diverged, they're always a part of you, and the more you grow, the more beauty exists. And hopefully in some way, shape, or form that person also grew, even if they're not a Lightworker. You know, hopefully they learned something in Earth School as well. And if they didn't, that's not your responsibility. You're just responsible on focusing on being the best version of yourself, which is a beautiful thing, my fellow Lightworker and nuts. Love you lots. Have a wonderful weekend.